Legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
What is going on, Cowboy Nation? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil. And today, I guess today is that day, huh? Gametime, welcome, my partner in crime, the guy that's going to go through this with me, of course. Welcome, man. The day has come, and everybody's kind of just poking in the chat, just giving us a little crap. Yeah, it's definitely here. Can you really prepare?
To this.
Yeah,
Cowboy. Yeah. All right, man. Don't worry. One day you will burn as well.
Yeah. So here we are, man. It is that day, the day that we promised, in the sense of once we got monetized, and we got it on both sides. I think that was the amazing things you did. You're putting your content out there, Bryan, just definitely riling some stuff up there right before the season starts. But I love what you're doing with your channel, and congratulations as well, as before we even attempt this challenge, of course.
Yeah, I still got a lot of hours to put in before I see anything. But yeah, man, it's good, man. I look forward to the upcoming season. More importantly, with our Cowboys, I really think we got a strong team. Mike Aldana, Gametime Bryan's got the orange lighting and the black right. Should tell you something. Yeah, I wanted to set the mood. I know it's a little odd. What's up, Jeff Lee? I just wanted to set the mood. Like, we're getting ready to burn. Listen, when I get wings, I don't know about you, Phil, but like when I get wings, I'll go. I'm more of a sweet heat guy. Like, I like the sweet chili, like the spicy, but then a little bit of honey, like smooth ends. I don't like hot stuff. So, I mean, I could eat hot wings. Like Mark, when he says he has Jobu wings, it's literally hot sauce with butter.
See, I come from the Hispanic background, so I eat spicy stuff, but can really anything prepare you for this? Because I've had my share of stuff that I've got into with my brother, and then I've accidentally eaten something, and I've just burnt like crazy. So, of course, I flash back to those moments, and
right.
Yeah, man, I am definitely not looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, I'm not. What's up, Lady Libra?
But yeah, here it is. I mean, I guess before this even happens, it's around more towards 7:30. Mark will join us just to kind of hold it down. More Bryan's idea is, hey, man, we need to bring somebody in just in case something happens.
I'm not gonna feel. I don't want dead air because I know I'm not gonna be able to talk very much. I'll probably get the hiccups or the herps, as they call it. Yeah, it is what it is. But I told Mark to join us close to 7:30. So as soon as he gets in, we're gonna get it because my stomach's just churning thinking about it.
Yeah, trust me.
Get it over with and get the 5 minute. I got my little timer here. I'll show everybody. I got my ice cream and my milk still in the I'm making sure it's really cold. But this is what my table looks like.
Mary, what's going on?
I have an Eagles puke bucket if I need it. I got a timer on top. I got all my and everything.
So he got his preparation. I have my preparation station as well, set up to where, it's don't know which way it's going to kind of go. But one thing I do know for sure is that tonight the Dallas Cowboys play a second preseason game, and I haven't heard too much. Especially recently, I haven't seen Mike McCarthy's press conference to know if the starters are going to play a series or two. Is it just going to be pure backups, Cooper Rush a little bit, and then it's going to be the Will Grier show? But I'm interested to see a lot of battles because there's a lot of guys that are right on that cusp, whether you're going to make the team, whether you're not, whether you're going to make some other team's roster. If you flash enough and we have to do the strategy of letting you go, like, a guy that you bring up, Jalen Brooks, I think that's the guy that comes to my mind, that if he flashes enough, I mean, he's flashed in camp, but then again, you've seen guys that have flashed in camp and not brought that to the spotlight. While you've had some guys the opposite way, not do great in camp and do great during the spotlight. So, we'll definitely talk more about any of that stuff. So, Bryan, how are you feeling about this team going into the second, preseason game, even with all the fighting and everything going along?
Well, before I answer that, shout out to Jet D for the $2 super chat.
Yay!
Y'all
Jet
got
D.
this. Now Jet did
I hope you're
this
right, man.
back to back.
Oh, did
a
he?
Chip. He did the chip and then did another chip.
Oh my
And-
goodness.
Yeah. So
Woo, Jet D.
Native
man.
Meats
Wow.
hammered that shit. It was very impressive.
Props
But,
there, man. Oof.
getting to the
Yes,
upcoming
Angelica,
season,
thank you.
I haven't felt this good about our team in a long time. I can't remember. Lord Nova, $1.99 super chat. I need my wrench and good luck, fellas. Your wrench will be made, I promise, before.
I'd say
on
before
my
the season.
channel.
I'd say before the season.
Well, on
but
my
yeah,
channel, you'll get it.
You're
later.
right there. You're
But,
right there. I apologize,
get
but I got
used to
Jeff
the
Lee. I have
Yeah.
Coyote. I have a couple of people that are there.
He's
But
very
yeah.
nervous, as well as I am.
Oh heck yeah, man! This sucks, man. This sucks. I'm not looking. I'm like, man. It's like, do I have enough stuff
he's
going on
already
right now?
clammy. I can
Yeah.
tell. He's already.
It's not gonna be good. Yeah, it's not gonna be good, man. It's like I
I
live
heard
in
it tastes
Florida.
like ass too.
Yeah, I hear it's stale. Yeah, just dry.
Up Kevin
So you need to
Lester,
just
yeah.
get that chew in order to get the
Yeah.
moisture, and
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
it's just
not
that's
good.
that's the bad thing. That's the bad strategy. but
Sup, Game
but
Time?
anyways,
Sup, Quiz?
but there's a lot of guys. I mean, if we go to the really honestly down the line, I think there's a guy almost on every position that's almost on the cusp of making this team, and another guy that's you almost guaranteed to make it. But are you going to be that guy? Because I mean, if we start off with the simple guys like the quarterback, for example, I mean, you take Cooper Rush and you talk Will Greer. I mean, you think about what Cooper Rush did for this team last year. But he doesn't give you that amazing wow factor. I mean, when you look at CeeDee Lamb's stats, for example, I think I saw somebody point that out, is that when CeeDee Lamb was with Cooper Rush, I mean, it's like 300-400 yards and it's like a couple of touchdowns. But then when you put Dak under there, it's almost 1,000 yards, and you have
it's different.
and then you have a lot of touchdowns. So it's like of course the style of play, and I love Will Greer's style, but again, that comes with some cons, of course. You have that gunslinger mentality. You're going to throw it in some tight windows and then possibly get it picked off. So what's going to that next one, because obviously
What up, Yassine Cowboy? What up?
what do you see about the running back position? That's where I'm going to jump onto, because the quarterback position,
Yeah.
I kind of think, and you probably would agree, that's kind of more set in stone a little bit
It
more than
is.
other positions.
They're all three of these quarterbacks are going to be on this team,
Mm-hmm.
some way, shape, or form. Don't ask me if they're going to release one and bring Greer back. I think Cooper Rush is on the team. He's locked in as number 2. I honestly believe that, just
man.
based on what he did last year. He didn't do anything special, but he didn't kill the game, other than the Eagle game, right? Is that the game we lost? So, but the running backs, like. We got our 2 main studs, so it all comes down to, we got Pollard and we got Deuce Vaughn, so it all comes down to Malik Davis and
Rico,
not so suave.
So I think there was a question being thrown around. I think it was Mike Aldana that was throwing around. There were right before the chat, the silence before the storm, like Brooklyn Joe likes to put it. He asked, who's on the cusp? Who's on that chopping block type of thing? And I think Malik Davis, it's a guy that you can kind of have around. I saw Brian Broaddus have this take, and I thought this was a very good take about it. But it's a guy that you could release. He could get back onto the practice squad, but he knows enough of this system, and he could come back beyond that practice squad and be a really good backup for just in case injuries do happen. What
What's
just
up, Ruben?
happened?
Cowboys Mafia is in the
What
house.
just happened? Oh no. Hold on.
I don't know. We hear you fine now.
Something happened here. Hold on 1 second.
But anyway, while he's figuring that out, Reggie Bush, nah, Twizzler. Listen, he was talking about the running backs. I would say Hunter Lepke. I don't know if they're actually going to keep him on the roster. We'll see about that. He'll be on the team if nobody claims him, which I highly doubt. I think there's a good chance Malik and Dowdle will make the team, and maybe Lepke is the odd man out. But it's either going to be Lepke or Davis. Either one they're going to try and bring back on the practice squad. But just remember, after week 2, we got Ronald Jones. So we got a couple weeks to figure this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are you good over there, Phil?
I'm hoping so. I had a little bit of my monitors do a little bit of a tweak, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyways, as we go into that, I mean that running back spot is right there. The tight end, I think the tight end is another one where you jump in there and you're like, I was feeling pretty good about how McKeon was looking going into the camp. But then there is 49 where there's been some plays that he's been making. But those tight ends, that tight end room, there's a couple of guys there that if you put them out there, there's going to be some guys that pick him up. And, man, that's going to be hard. There's going to be some tough decisions with some of these rookies.
Definitely. The tight end position is really scary. I mean, I don't know how everybody says, all right, well, keep 4. Okay, for keeping 3 quarterbacks. Okay, which I don't know.
I think that's the practice squad. I think Greer is on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think he gets released and brought back.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Just like I think Lepke or Davis gets released and gets brought back. Tight ends, you cannot release Stevens. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what
If he comes out tonight, listen, he offers you 0 blocking. That's like when you're talking about a football team and putting a football team together, John Stevens offers you 0 blocking at this point in his game. So
yeah.
But I don't think you need it. There you go. Let's get the super chat.
Yeah,
Super chat. Go ahead, man.
Yassine Cowboys says, Jerry, stop being cheap. Sign Robbie Gould ASAP. Now, we've been on that bandwagon. I would agree, and I appreciate the super chat definitely getting out there, and I wish that could pop out in front of it. But there has been some things that have come up about Robbie Gould not wanting to do kickoffs, not wanting to do long field goals. So do you think that is a big factor? Do you think those things are true? I mean, at his age, do you think that's a factor that he's actually putting out there?
Yeah, well, Robbie Gould is, he's what? He'll be 41 for the season. He's already said he's not kicking off. So you would need to have 2 roster spots for him. We're not getting Robbie Gould. This young kid, it's his job to lose. He hit 11 of 12 the other day at camp in a windy California. His job is on the line. If he comes out and gets the job done this week and next week, he'll be our kicker. If not, you'll see Mason Crosby. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate.
I say go with the young one.
Yeah,
he was kicking it through the end zone.
He's been doing well. Good. Yeah, he's been doing
what
well.
They said about him. They said when he kicks the ball, the sound is incredible. But not only that, the far kicks, the ball gets up really fast. A lot of these guys have to push through, and it stays low. Then grab. Not this kid. This kid explodes when he gets under the ball. The ball gets up in the air real quick. Mm-hmm. So, listen, he missed one last week, and it was because the whole motion got sped up, they said, and they've been working on it. When that's what preseason's for. I think this kid's going to win the job.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, even when you look. He's kind of like Turpin. I think there's a lot there. Turpin last year looked good. When you look at his film in the USFL, looked great. MVP, and that's kind of where this kicker was. He was doing amazing work. He came in the camp. You're just kind of the Rocky. Everybody heard that the wave through Twitter about how these kickers were missing field goals. So, of course, it's enough to make you worry. But when you've been able to see these guys in the preseason, and then the other guy got released right away, I think that kind of says a lot. So you got Mark Hutchins says call.
I believe he means what's his name?
Oh,
our right tackle, I think.
Oh, okay. Call Steele to a long-term deal. So basically, Callie to call them basically to get them done.
He's hit the vape himself. No, yeah.
No, Terrence Steele, basically, yeah. So call Terrence Steele to a long-term deal. You're like,
just remember, our minds are not on this right now.
We're further on. We're further on. Yeah.
This friggin' thing sitting over here.
It's like Mark talking to you
when they do the chip. Yeah, he'll be here. I told him about
7:30 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, close to 7:30. We want to talk a little football.
It might be not. Knows? It might not. Yeah, exactly. It might
Atlanta,
not be.
We might do the chip. We're gonna try and do the 5-minute afterburn, and then we'll see.
Oh,
It'll
man.
probably be 8 o'clock. We'll be out, and I'll be trying to,
Cool
rid my
down,
body of
like
this
showers
disaster.
or something. I don't know. Like, what's good? Oh, yeah, this is not gonna. My stomach's already not happy with me, because you get to that age,
Yeah,
you
I know.
your stomach
Well,
has a different personality than you.
This
It's just-
reminds me of when I had a big I used to shoot pool, like in competition. If I had a real big, if I was
Match
playing
coming.
somebody really good, or like back in the day playing the baseball, and you get them like butterflies before a big game. This is what I got, but it's more like going on a roller coaster that you know is going to make you sick,
Yes.
and you have to go on it anyway.
Oh, yes, that is right
And
on
then,
point.
and then you get off the roller coaster, and you
I
literally,
think
especially
I
me,
think I'm good.
I break out in sweats, and I sit on a bench like an 80-year-old, which
That's the part
that I know.
I'm not gonna be sweating, so I got my just in case my nose is running, because
Brian's
obviously hot
Pepto
stuff.
bottle. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, as you can see in the
Brian.
very corner of the screen, I guess.
We're up to 41. Yeah, they're all looking for Kevin Ledford's like, what up? Are you guys ready to name Deuce? Yeah, I am. Mark.
Yeah,
Holmes
I
is
agree.
scared.
I think I would. I mean, I love how he looks behind this line, and man, this line's attitude changed, of course, when Zack Martin got back into the lineup.
You got jokes.
Like, oh, Dan, what's he saying over here?
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, we are about to. Yeah.
like we can't even sing it because it's copyright now. So.
Yeah.
But Mark was saying the same thing. I think it was Lord Nova saying, every time I do a live, it's on public, but as soon as the live ends, it goes to private. And I told Mark about it. He's like, you got to go in there. There's a setting. Well, his did the same thing. So, Lord Nova, as soon as I get done my live now, I go right on into my YouTube studio and change it to public, and it's fine. But I shouldn't have to do that. I already set it to public, but that's what's going on. Because I've had a couple of videos that don't get any views because it's on private. Nobody can view it. It's just ridiculous. So, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, we were talking about the running backs. Deuce Vaughn at the goal line. I was a little skeptical of that, but what do you think, Phil? I mean, like, what do
As
you
running
think
back
about
number
that?
2?
Well, just getting the ball at the goal line. They're saying now he's the goal line back, not Pollard.
Yeah, I mean,
He's so small, man.
yeah, I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, the history has kind of shown, and I mean, we don't know because obviously there's nobody in history that's been as short as him. But the history guys there have said the shorter guys, it's a little bit harder for them to get injured. That doesn't really mean a lot. It always takes a certain hit, but he's going to be a lot more durable than, for example, Tony. I don't, does Tony look bigger? I know he looks really good. I just don't trust him to do that. I want a back, and I would love that number 3 to be that guy that's going to push it into the end zone. Oh my God! So what you getting? Are people telling you jokes over there?
No, yeah.
So I got
Everybody's
so one thing.
got friggin'
One
jokes,
thing.
right?
One thing I have though. I have here, and you sent me some stuff. Our fanboy, of course, Aiden. Aiden sent you some videos, or you just
Yeah,
videos
I got
where
Eagle
he.
fans all around me, people, especially my neighbor Aiden. He's not here in the house because I told his mother I don't want him that close to me because if he gets in my face when I'm feeling, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble, But this is what he had to say to us, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a short, really quick, so it's going to be very, very quick, so just definitely pay attention. But of course, we're bringing over the rival fans and encouraging us,
Encouragement from rival fans.
Primetime, game time, burn, baby, burn!
That was encouragement from rival fans.
Yeah, there we go. Nice encouragement.
Yeah, that's my neighbor. He wants me to burn, baby, burn. And I was just alerted that Brian's Pepto bottle is his older brother. So they are now. It's a kid. Yeah, it is a kid. But man, he's a tough
It
kid.
doesn't matter who it is. It's definitely we're getting it from everybody.
He thinks Primetime Phil's a rock star. He could give two craps about me, but it's Primetime. But I had to make him say Game Time. It's all good. Hey,
Yeah, he's like, hey man, if I'm gonna send this, you gotta say me too. All right, well, you say it first because then you won't say it second.
Yeah, right. So,
But no. That's definitely a great fan. I love him in the sense of I appreciate the support, man. It's a great support. But Bryan, yeah, man, he couldn't. He had to have somebody in distance there. So, anyways, as we somehow continue to try to focus on these Dallas Cowboys in this preseason games, Bryan, you and I are going to try to come back on if we can somehow survive. We don't go to the ER or something like that. We will be back at 10 Eastern to try to broadcast, just to talk during this game and see how our Cowboys are doing.
Be that bad later. It's not. You may feel uncomfortable for an hour, a half hour. It won't be that bad. The hard part, Phil, will be
that first beginning.
I would say 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes, you're fine. But I don't know. I'm talking off the side of my neck. I really don't know.
So
it is what it is.
Preseason, the nice thing I liked about this preseason football is that it's been nice and spread. We don't have everything happening at the same time. It feels like you kind of had football everywhere, so you can kind of see the different teams that have been playing. But again, everybody's on that cusp. Anybody from other teams that you've been and maybe seeing that you're like, oh, if they cut that guy or
That's the thing. It's hard to see people's offensive linemen or what our team covets. That's the only position I would say, okay, if this particular offensive lineman is swing tackle, I don't know that Matt Waletzko, who's on the team, but I don't know if he's ready to take over that role. That's what we got to find out tonight and next week. Maybe a guy like that. Don't ask me for a name because I don't know. But I tell you one thing, we have a lot of players that are going to be swept up if we expose them. Simi Fehoko, we may say we don't like him or we have issues with him. If he's dropped, he'll be in San Fran, literally, if he makes it, because I believe it's a waiver system, right? So San Fran will put in for him. They loved him in the draft. We have a lot of guys. Our safety, Eagles really want Marquise Bell. If we cut Marquise, which I don't think we will.
I don't think so.
But, there's, we had, this kid, Jalen Brooks, I think he's such a name for him that there's a lot of teams that Eagles would take him as their, he's probably almost as good as Quez Watkins at this point, and that's their number 3. Or he has the potential. This kid's really good. So it's like, what do you do, Phil? We can't keep everybody.
Yeah, and I think that great thing.
Stacey's in the house. She's one of 50 here. She's here, ready to watch us burn. Thanks, Stace.
Yeah, I want to give you some nice commentary back and forth, but I keep coming back to this, man. My palms like a little bit sweaty there. And Stacey's in the air. But no, there is going to be somebody, and I think that's going to be what you have to kind of get ready for that heartbreak. It's just there's somebody that you're going to like that's going to walk away, and maybe worst thing about it, they may play for a rival team. And we saw that Ridgeway, and I think that's going to be the same thing until the next one that hurts us kind of brings it up. And then, but trust me, we'll remember their name as well, too. Yeah, there's a lot of guys on the cusp, and I think even the defense. I think the defensive line is where I'm more concerned out of any position. If you don't get some kind of value out of a trade and you're just allowing somebody to walk, I don't like that. If there's some kind of tender or something, then it will be good pain, like watching Eagles lose. Thanks. Always there for us. It's a good one, though. You got to give him credit.
Listen, and when Mark comes in here, he's going to have a smile on his face. He's going to be all giddy and happy. We got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. It is what I'm trying to talk myself up to it. It's like jumping off a high diving board. It's not, it doesn't look high until you get up on the board, and it's like, holy shnikes, this is high. But it's all right, man. We'll be all right. Let's keep telling ourselves that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be good.
Exactly. But one thing that I noticed you were talking about. We're talking about depth. We're talking about line. We're talking about the depth of the defensive line. We're going to talk about some of this linebacker depth as well. And I think that's something that kind of surprises me a little bit, because going into this training camp, I didn't really feel like we had a lot of depth in that linebacker position. Probably not. Do you see any of the guys really kind of getting cut that other than the guys that aren't supposed to make it. I mean, there's some guys that we want that really kind of sit in the defensive end position, but like, Lands, for example, you can't Bass, for example, was it?
Yeah, well, TJ Bass on the offensive line, we should be able to get those guys on the practice squad. Like, I have
Hoffman.
Yeah, like Brock Hoffman came out of nowhere, people. Brock Hoffman is going to be your backup center. I don't care what they say. I mean, he's the one that was fighting with Sam Williams. I mean, Brock Hoffman has really stepped up. He's been with the organization, so it's not like this is his first year.
Yeah.
He's been on the practice squad, but he has matured. We'll have to see. That'll be fun after the last preseason game. I definitely want to do a show where we put up, I mean, I could do it or whatever. I already worked on a 53 before the preseason, so, and we could show you how hard it is to get to 53.
Yeah.
You can't keep 3 quarterbacks without like being short somewhere. We did last year, but guys like Isaiah Lands, guys like Tyrus Wheat, they need to make it on the practice squad. They'll easily get there, but I mean, some of the names I told you're not going to keep everybody. So
No.
just understand that you're not going to keep everybody. Hendershot gets cut. Malik Davis as well. Ultra,
and
that's the.
Man, Hendershot would be one hard one to lose. I'm not a biggest Hendershot fan, but I think he's developed into a really good tight end. And, man, somebody would grab him very quickly.
I think
Denver.
I think they would. I don't think they're going to do that. As much as I think that's on the table, I think Hendershot survives, I think they cut McKeon thinking they can get him back on the practice squad. Not to say that he won't be ahead of him on the depth chart. It's not so much who's the better player, but who's another team going to covet more. A Hendershot is going to be more coveted because not everybody runs their offense like the Cowboys, the Cowboys always like a tight end who can block. Now, the only thing I will say is, if you keep Hendershot and you keep Stevens, you're keeping 2 that don't block. I mean, Hendershot blocks more than Stevens. He does. Stevens literally was a receiver last year. He's a converted tight end who they're going to try and put some weight on. So I'll be curious to see. I will be curious to see. 3 minutes. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, who is going to make these practice squad? Yeah, thank you, I Love Weed, for at least giving us something other than, hey, man, we're just like, come on, count down. Where's the clock? Where's the clock in the corner, man?
Yeah, my stomach is so jacked right now. It's not good. It's not good.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's just
no mark yet. Oh, I guess
no
we're
mark
not doing
yet.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, listen, we
tried.
His idea.
No, exactly. That's messed up.
I could never do that. All of a sudden, you see, boom, he's gone. She's gone. Boom.
No, but let me ask you a real serious question. Do you see any of these coaches making the team? No, I'm just messing. So
I'm sitting in hell here with all this red.
Well, you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited to see, go into the season, and you answered it on one of your on the live where they're talking about the offense, how much of it's going to stay, and you're talking about the percentage. I'm interested to see, this different offense. I mean, it's not going to be totally different because there's going to be some stuff that still kind of go with what your offense are kind of implying there. But honestly, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're not doing. You don't have a lot of the curl routes. You can see a lot in preseason, right in that first preseason game, how they were already sitting on those curl routes from we had. I mean, they only have the tape that's in front of them. So, I mean, until they see something different, you have to kind of go with what our habits have always been. And so the one thing that I've seen is that they've been sitting on those curl routes waiting for us to do them. And, I mean... So 7:30. All right. So we got to wait for Mark to come rolling in, and if not, if he hasn't come back, he hasn't came in about 10 minutes. I think that's where 10 to 15 minutes. I think that's where we'll have to get it done. Yeah. It's just like we'll have to get it over with anyways.
My stomach's like you need to do it now so I can get out of it. Yeah. So I can get rid of it. So.
Make sure the fire extinguisher.
What I'm going to do here, though, what's up, Glimmer Man? I have another camera, so when we go to do it, I'm just going to switch the camera, so I could put my gloves on and then you get it ready, and then I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna come back over to this camera and eat it. So I'll only go back over to there.
Oh, so you think you're gonna be able to do all this camera work with the gloves on? Trade players for draft picks. Mark Hudson. Trade players for draft picks. I mean, I mean
like
that's
the bottom of the roster.
Love that.
Guys.
Love
like
it.
If Gallimore's not going to make the team, flip him for an offensive tackle.
Yes.
That's what they should do.
I do it in Madden all the time. So boom,
Yeah, right,
perfect.
yeah, right.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Mark.
Is he there?
No, I don't see Mark yet.
Good.
Good. This is going to be good. Yeah, you are not wrong, Crystal Caramel Corn. That's if I was on the outside looking in, man, I would be so entertained and ready by
all
this.
this orange.
Yeah, it's
These
woo.
fuckers are. Look at Loyal. I thought he was my buddy.
Yep.
Jeez,
Nope.
Christ.
Nope. This is
Nice
where the true
fence,
colors
Loyal
come out.
Cowboy. The fence looks nice. Ice cream time.
Come on,
Yeah,
Mark. Come on through, man.
But anyway, let's get to well, we're talking about trades. That's
Well, I mean, you're right. Gallimore I think is definitely on that cusp where you
I
could.
think Bohanna beats him out.
Yeah.
So, you know how you can tell people who's still playing in the fourth quarter? That's who tells you who's on the bubble. Who's playing late third quarter and fourth quarter? Who's fighting for a job? That'll tell you right there. But you saw what happened to us last year with I can't even concentrate. You saw what happened to us last year with Jordan Lewis. We lost Jordan Lewis. We lost Anthony Brown.
Yeah, man, that
we
was
lost
quick.
Other guys too, and we got lucky with Bland.
Yep.
I tell you, Bland didn't come in until he played 10 games, including the playoffs, and had 5 INTs. So we need to hold on to Jordan Lewis. We don't need the money, like I thought. We don't need the money. We have plenty of money. Just a tad under 19 mil still left. Mark's thinking that we're going to sign somebody else. I'm on record that if anybody gets signed before the season, it's going to be Terrence Steele. I don't think Dak or CD get done during the season right now. But I hope I'm wrong. But he's ready to make Catboy his surrogate daddy or something.
Okay, here we go.
No, thank you. Catboy's got a lot of work to do. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here's the Grim Reaper. Look at him, the Grim Reaper. He might also have a sickle in his damn hand and a hood on his head.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, we're talking about you, man.
What? What did I do?
Yeah,
yeah. Now you're gonna play nice. You did this to us.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you know what?
I'm playing.
Misery loves company. Okay, and here's what I've got. Okay, let me go.
We got the outside's nice. I like it.
And it's been a nightmare because I haven't done anything with this since like November or early December, and it's like everything was having issues today. So I just realized, I don't have an outdoor webcam out here for the Zoom. So I'm going to start on my stream so that way we can get plenty of people in here.
You need to stay
watch their ass burn.
You need to stay hotless because once we eat this, you need to man the chat.
Actually, I was going to try and help you guys out.
We need somebody to talk.
coach through us and stuff
I can
like
talk.
that.
I can talk. Look, I got some Lola Trinidad Scorpion hot sauce, and this is hot. It's like her. She's hot. It's hot. So we got that going, and there we go. We are live here on Joe Boo Sports Report with buddies, Primetime and Gametime Phil. What's up, guys? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you messed it up. That's what you. Golly.
There it is.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean I messed? Oh, here we go. I get blamed.
Game time, Phil.
What
Game time, Phil.
Brian. I love it.
Look, Primetime, you were like, I was good with, my numbers the way they were, and then Mark Holmes has got to let's get your numbers up by doing a chip. And you're probably like,
I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good thing. You're not thinking that. Who can handle that? Future Phil. Let him handle that.
Oh man, it's not so bad.
Yeah,
It's
you say
not
that.
so
You
bad,
say
man.
that. I'm already
Hey,
sweating.
Phil,
I haven't even done anything.
Hey, Phil, why don't you read the box, Phil? I can't read. So
Oh,
why
my
don't you
box is
read
way over there. I have the packaging in front of me. Hold on.
You want me to go grab? I can go grab one real quick. And
Yeah, we're just putting on gloves and everything, kind of.
Are you? Wait a minute. You guys, hold it. You're ready to eat it now?
Hey, man, we want to get this thing out of the way. Like, we'd say at about 7:30 or so, we would do this.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, let me do something here because I want to make 7:30. I'm way late. See, I thought the stream was going to start off at 7, and it ended up being a little bit later than I thought. Oh my goodness. Are you guys? Are you? Hold,
This is a lot bigger than I friggin' thought.
Are you mentally ready for this?
No.
Yeah, Jet D's talking shit.
Oh, Jet's on the line. Oh yeah. See, now, I'm gonna tell you, you can't say nothing about Chuck. Shout out to Chuck. You can't say nothing about Jet because Jet ate two of those
Yeah.
back to back without a chaser.
Do me a favor, grab me a couple paper towels.
Oh man, this is gonna suck.
Don't smell it.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can see, like it's on the plate over there.
I got it
So
all
when we're
stacked.
ready to do it, I'm gonna break it and just put it in my mouth. I'll be on
Okay.
camera.
Let-
And then,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
all right, are you ready to go, Phil?
Yeah, might as well, man. Let's get this
All
over.
right, I'll
with.
see you on the other side.
All right, man. Ready?
Hold on. Wait. I'm not ready.
No, I don't. I don't.
Don't fucking start.
Yeah, you can broadcast it off of mine. Here we go.
No, I want to make sure it's big enough for everybody to see. Oh lordy.
You ready, Brian, man? You tell me when you're putting yours.
Oh wow. Here it is. Everybody. It's time to fire that thing. There you go. Like a man. See, I just made it into like a ball and just swallowed the whole thing. Oh man. See, we can't actually see Game Time. He's up in the corner. Oh man. Has it started hitting yet? See, at first it's like, okay, that's not so bad. Then all of a sudden it's like somebody takes a knife and rams it down your throat. I hope that they ate something. I hope that they. Woo is right. Woo is right. Brian, I haven't heard anything from you, bro. He's still chewing. That's not a good thing. You're still chewing. Get on the
All right.
camera. Brian, you're not on the camera.
Calm down, Jack.
Wow. You know what? Let me say, everybody, I got 190 people in the chat here. Go to Primetime Phil and Gametime Phil. You see them right now looking nauseated. How you doing there, Primetime?
It's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. Game time? How you doing?
Hot as balls.
Pause. Okay. All right, you guys are doing good. Do you have the milk and the ice cream? What's this eagle? Oh,
Give
that's
me my milk and ice cream.
yeah. Bring it on over. Yeah. It's. Please tell me that you guys have a full stomach because you're gonna need it. Because if you don't, you're gonna feel it going down. Let me say I'm proud of you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe because not only do they put in the work of bringing you great content and insight, they do the work of the pain and manning up. I'm so proud of these guys. I think that is that 2 minutes. I can't. I can't hear. I don't hear him.
I'm dying.
He's dying.
That's a lot.
Are we going to use the Eagles trash can to throw up in? Are you going to pull a Donovan McNabb on me, Brian?
Yeah, I want my milk already, man. Woo.
You know, it was funny because when they did the little nitro, Mike had his buddy over, and he was like, "Just let me smell the milk." He's like, "I just want to smell the milk," and he grabbed that thing of milk and he just poured it in. I know you're sitting there thinking, "I want it." Listen. I was a bitch. I didn't do the 5 minutes. I would not be mad at you if you took the milk right now or the ice cream or both. Brian's getting close to that trash can. Brian, it's right there. Although you don't really want to throw up because it burns coming back out. Wow. Shout out to everybody. Listen, if you are watching right now, you better sign up. You better like, subscribe, and comment on both of these guys because I know what they're going through. I've done this thing twice. Brian. Oh, Brian, no. Brian, no. Brian, no. You couldn't put it in a better place. No, you didn't. Oh man! Shout out to everybody. You're dry heaving. Ooh, take the milk, man. Take the milk. Take it. Ooh, come on. I actually hate this. Lady Libra's in the house. Rhonda's in the house. Mary's in the house. Riley's in the house. And Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. See, I was going to help them out. I was going to take some of the Trinidad Scorpion hot sauce on some Jobu wings. And they're 3 minutes in. You're over halfway there, guys. Woo-wee. You doing okay there, Brian?
Woo.
Sweat. He's got the sweats. How you doing over there? Is there Latino blood helping you with that, Phil?
Man, I just gotta keep breathing.
You got about a minute left, man.
Oh my God.
I'm doing better. I didn't throw up, but I'm saliva.
So have you had anything in
1 minute left, Phil?
Have you had anything in life that's been that bad?
Yeah.
No.
You have?
Yeah.
I'd like to know what that is.
I wonder if losing a Super Bowl is worse than this.
I don't know, man. Oh, man. Curtis Glover wants to try my famous wings.
Fuck.
You can do it, Brian. You can do it, Brian. You can do it all night long. Ruben Walls, what's happening? We are watching Game Time and Prime Time after getting over 500.
High Rock, thank you very much with the $20 super chat. Woo.
They putting the money where the mouth is.
I had to say that out loud. Even though it burns me, I rock to say that the whole time.
Shout out to you guys.
10 seconds, Phil.
10 seconds, and then you can take it.
Woo. I am taking some rest right now. Woo.
All right.
Congratulations, guys. You did better than I did. I was a little punk bitch. I didn't make it to 5 minutes. Congratulations. Loyal Cowboys, shout out to you with the super chat.
Oh, thank you, Ira.
Is on fire.
Thank you, Loyal Cowboy. Whew.
I got a bad gag reflex, so.
Do I take my milk now?
Yeah. You can take your milk, your ice cream. You can run to the bathroom. Whew.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, this is a 2-burn chip. It burns going in, and it's going to burn coming out tomorrow. Okay, try and get it in your mouth, Phil. Phil, try and get it in your mouth. You're spilling it.
Talking about Game Time over there?
Game Time. We're just seeing you right now. Game
Really?
Time. Yeah. Woo.
I just spilt milk on my desk, so so there's no crying over spilt milk.
Chaboo boo. It's gonna burn twice. Just y'all wait. What's up, Game Time? What's good, people? All right, so everybody who's over there, let me put the link in for my man Game Time and Prime Time, and make sure you guys subscribe up to their channels. They like a champ. If you enjoyed, listen, if you went through there, you watched, and you enjoyed this, the least you can do is subscribe to their channels. Oh my goodness.
So I crushed it.
And you know what I'm going to do for you guys? I'm going to send you a plaque.
Ooh.
I crushed the Pacquiao chip.
Oh man, that'd be very much appreciated after all that.
I don't know how Jet did 2 of them.
He used to ride bulls, okay?
Oh my goodness. That's a whole different level right there. Yeah.
There you go. Congratulations, guys. You did fantastic. Proud of you.
Oh man, now let's talk about some preseason. Woo! Man, that was easy. Derek J from the Derek J Network says that was easy, fellas, right? I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna be the same after that. Woo. It's still burning.
I'm gonna ask for a friend. Are you still on for the little nitro?
Mm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to, right? If both of us hit 1,000.
To.
I don't know if that would be worse or not, only because of the texture. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Hold on, very quick. I gotta kick something.
All right, I'm gonna post the link for both of their channels, everybody.
I don't think this is gonna stay down. I'll be honest with you, just by the way my stomach is feeling. I think it's gonna come up at some point.
There.
My mouth is okay. It's just my stomach's kind of funky.
Yeah, it's.
I don't ever drink this much milk, so I think that's the issue.
That's going to be the problem because the milk's going to give you the squirts.
Woo, man! Thank you very much, Lord Nova. Woo. Oh, with the $2 super chat, man, it is just taunting right now. Is Mary Alvarez? Woo! Both took it like a champs. And still, I'd eat some ice cream. Oh, thank you guys for the super chat.
Ice cream, do the ice cream more so than the milk because it's cold and it's got the milk in it too, and you don't need as much as the milk. Okay.
Thanks for the visual, Marks.
Paint to another. I'm sorry. Well, you guys said you wanted me to come on to help narrate it. I thought I did exactly what you asked me to. But you are now part of that exclusive club.
Oh my God. I don't know if I want to tell people about it. It's more of this. When people ask me, I just more like get that look on my face, like I just survived something.
Well, I have to say that you guys were pretty mild on this. I remember how real it was in DMV, man. I mean, they were shaking. They're doing all. Y'all were just kind of like.
Mark Hudson, feel the burn. Oh man, you're telling me.
I feel good now, but my stomach is.
I have no idea.
I feel like I gotta stick my finger down my throat.
Yobu Sports. What's
Brian
up,
definitely
girl?
cooked most of that.
Shout out to you. Thank you.
What's that?
Sorry to blow my nose on there, but man, my nose is running.
It's gonna be for a while. All right, so
the sinuses are going.
So now that you've done that, and
Thank
now
you
that you guys are on your way to the 1,000, congratulations on that, you guys.
Rio lost it. What do you mean?
But
yeah, where he goes, Rio lost it in the sense of like how much. Oh my God! Like
what? He did the chip? I didn't see that.
Yeah, him and DMV did the chip actually out here at the same time, and Rio was standing up, jumping around, and all that. But yeah.
If I take a deep breath, I can feel it. Like it just comes back. Like
don't take the deep breath. Okay.
Not me. You know what my problem was?
The dry heat.
No. Not to get too graphic, but I don't have a real big mouth, so it was getting stuck up in my gums. So I had to go in there and fish it out. If not, it was just Well,
see, that's what I learned is
I can't drink any more milk. That's gonna make me puke.
I folded it up into like a little square and just kind of one bite, and
I just broke it all into one sandwich. Yeah, that's what I had to do.
If you try and because some people like take a little bite and then it's like, nah, bro, you need to take one shot.
No.
Derek J Network says you're gonna feel it in your throat for 2 days. Woo. Oh, I rock it then.
My dog
Thank
was
you.
nervous for me.
Yeah, the dogs are nearby. My dogs are nearby too.
But she was getting all shaken. She seen me dry heaving.
She's like, oh my God, my master's doing something. Yeah.
I love weed. No deep throating. Okay. Welcome back, Carol.
I did.
Now,
it did.
Wow, that's gonna be a nice clip right there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you definitely need to
Ooh,
go ahead.
I forgot. I was so out of it, I didn't show the tongue. But listen, it was real. I don't like faking that stuff, so
Oh my goodness!
I just got to wave. That was weird.
This is how I
Well,
feel right now. My
congratulations.
head is just on fire. Like kind of.
I feel pretty good, but
Yeah, it's gone away. But like
man,
everybody's
let
kind
me
of. This
tell
is
you
Mark
about
right
it.
there. Mark is right there.
let me
just
just
like,
tell you,
hey,
that's
everybody.
not a good tasting chip. I mean, it's,
There is no taste to it. It's just straight burn. It's just
Yeah.
straight fire. There's no flavor. It's the Pacquiao chip. It's
Gina.
actually last year's chip that makes your tongue turn blue.
everybody says I'm going to feel tomorrow. Listen,
It's like a workout.
I tell you, well, here's what I learned. The first time I did it on an empty stomach, and I could literally feel the chip on every inch of my intestines moving throughout my body. And it was hell the next day. The second time, I had a full stomach, barely registered the next day.
yeah, I don't think it'll be that bad for me. But then again,
Yeah.
who knows? I don't have a gallbladder, so maybe I don't know. Let's Google that. Will that hurt me?
You don't have a gallbladder? And you're doing this shit? Are you crazy?
Hey, well, your body produces that stuff anyways, Bio. So.
Okay. It's the scorpion pepper and the Carolina Reaper, I think, isn't it?
Loyal Cowboy, I appreciate you coming through, man. See, yeah, we're gonna be here at 10 o'clock
Thanks,
doing it. Yeah.
Angelica.
Ooh, wait,
See you at 10,
yeah.
Loyal.
Man,
Are
yes,
you
everybody
guys
holds it.
going through to 10 o'clock? Or
No,
for a couple hours.
we're gonna take a break here soon for
Okay.
about 2 hours. You know, recover, maybe take a shower, maybe see a doctor. I have my doctor on standby.
I would say I think Phil handled it better than I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
will be.
Like I could have gone through without anything, but once I got the okay to get some milk, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take it, man.
Yeah, you definitely did better than I did. I have a
All
bad
right,
gag
but-
reflex. It wasn't like
That's what I was hoping that
It
I
wasn't-
wasn't going to, because I've had some
it
peppers.
wasn't that it was hot. Don't get me wrong. My whole mouth was on fire, but it was the not trying to puke because my stomach did not want it.
My brother and I, when you were asking, okay, Mark Hutchison says, not sure what's going to be better,
Brian,
the
what
Cowboys game or
Shout out
watching
to you.
y'all burn tonight. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God! Like, yeah, I'm still feeling it a little bit,
I'm
but
good now. I'm good. It's just
it's in my sinuses, like up in here.
it definitely cleared me out.
Oh my
Definitely.
God! Thank you for the
Brian
super
Wilson.
chat.
If you go to the community tab, there's a link in there's a members only post in there that will give you the link to go to the community to go to the Thrive sites. That way we can get your address and send you your stuff, buddy.
You get a
you
shot?
being a member.
I don't even remember what I was talking about before all that stuff came up.
Oh man, my wife could care less. She says,
She's laughing at you.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
She's a nurse. She'll
Yeah,
check.
she's a nurse.
She knows.
Well,
she
I'm
knows
sure
there's
what
something to worry about.
her and my friend is saying. We both bear children.
So the
You
hottest-
Suck it up, Buttercup.
So, Mark, you asked what was the hotter situation. There was one time my brother and I, we were at the Hispanic restaurant, and I was eating some menudo, and there's a pepper that was right inside the middle. It was a dry pepper, very small, very, very petite.
Yeah.
And so I pulled it out, kind of put it to the side, and my brother, my littlest brother, was like, "Hey, what is that?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh, it's just a pepper that came in there." He goes, "Oh, you should just kind of bite it." And man, you know,
Exactly,
as Hispanic,
Linda.
we were just like, "Yeah, man, let's do that." And so I bit it, man.
I'm going to do a little suffering with you. I've got some scorpion pepper hot sauce.
Yeah,
Lord
I'm
have
sure.
mercy.
I'm sure. Yeah, that was interesting because I was in the middle of public
Yeah,
by that
I'm
point.
rethinking that little nitro.
You're rethinking a lot of things in your life right now. You're flashing
Well,
back to stuff.
I think I'll do the little nitro. I'll do the little nitro. It's just, I think it'll be better for me. I'm sure it'll be hotter. Don't get me wrong, but the taste over there is what got me. That chip was disgusting. Uh-oh.
I will say Lola tastes good.
I didn't get the herp, so that's
Lola,
good.
Lola hot sauce.
Thanks, Linda. I appreciate that.
Colin,
That
do
is-
It's
me a
hot.
favor. You can get rid of this. I'm gonna puke if I see it.
He's like, "Yeah, can you get this away from me?" Yeah, I got a nice little background. I don't know if you guys can see the background that I have going.
I'm ready to
Brian.
talk some Cowboys. This eating chips. is-
Yeah, that was great. That was great. No, now what part do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about people on the hot seat? Woo.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about people on the hot seat.
Well, you
yeah.
Now, Did anybody see the Giant game last night? I know me.
Yes,
and Mark,
I watched it. They were looking
did.
pretty good, like in some parts of it. I mean, Waller looked good.
Well, that
Um,
was the deal.
We all
anybody
knew.
that's
We all
going
know
into a
Waller was going to
fantasy
be
league.
good. We all
Yeah,
know
he'll
that.
be good if he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy, exactly. It's like Swift on the Eagles.
Yep.
He'll be good if he stays healthy. Brian's got that
here's what
towel.
I tell you
He's got that
It's
towel.
a wet
Just,
towel. It's wet.
Here's what I noticed about the Giants last night, and this is what I was saying to people where coaching matters. You looked at, and again, this is preseason, so you don't know how much this is going to be real or not. But they're
JoJo.
up-tempo, short passing,
15, 20
yeah.
minutes.
Yep.
where it was like 1, 2, 3, boom, and they were firing the football.
It's
That
smart.
was
It's
nasty.
very smart for
And
them.
that way, you're not getting a chance to get to the quarterback.
And they
you
got
know,
some
throw that
receiving.
away.
They got a receiving core. I mean, they do. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's not like they
Throw
don't. I
away
mean, and then
that.
of course bringing in back their running back, which again has to stay healthy. And when he is healthy, he's really
NFL
good.
Network tonight.
The offensive line is getting better. That defense is getting a little bit more weapons on there. So
I'm
yeah,
good,
I mean,
Mike. All that. I'm good, buddy.
Ooh, man, it's
I
a
feel good now. I'm almost back
Yeah,
to
he's-
normal, but my stomach is just. I'm afraid to eat anything because something's coming up at some point.
that's a good question, Twiz. He says,
Actually,
game
it's
time.
better
Did you
to
wash your
pack
hands
something
after
on
digging
top
into your
of
mouth? Don't touch your eyes, cause
Oh yeah, 'cause that's the worst part is you don't want to get that in your eyes.
oh my god, my
Yeah.
Well, I've got good news.
oh
What's that, buddy?
You're only 400 and
oh my god, don't even give
63
me.
away from the
give me
little
that.
nitro.
I was just hoping we weren't gonna hit it at the same night. Otherwise, we're gonna be like dog over there. We're like, oh,
Okay. All right. The Giants. I will say the Giants looked better than the Eagles did.
or the Eagles backup. Let's just talk about the backups itself. We're not talking about the whole team and what you're going to be. We're talking about the backups,
Well,
your depth,
I'm actually
and everything.
talking about Daniel Jones is actually they actually kind of put a little bit of fear in there. I actually looked and said, Bryan knows what he's talking about. They may be now again. It was Carolina. It was Carolina preseason, but you've not seen the Giants move like that on offense in a long time.
Right.
I think when you look at all three of these teams, and I say that, because, we made the playoffs, all three made the playoffs, and they all got really good draft picks. Good offseason trades that improved some teams. So, I still expect all of the teams to be, contenders, and even Washington. It's new ownership. I definitely expect some new things coming out of there, but I don't expect anything much from this year. You still got to put some stuff together, but, they were a playoff team last year, so, that should say something as well, right?
Yeah.
Let it burn. Yeah. Take Cowboys.
I'm not
Thank
burning
you.
anymore. It's just
You
like
should
a
let it
calm
burn.
just kind of set in. I'm like having an outer body experience. I think that's the heat going through my body, probably.
Yeah, he's going
But,
through some changes right now.
What I think about the
Menopause.
the Giants
Menopause kicking
is,
in for game time.
menopause. What I think about the Giants is I think that if you saw it's coaching, he's not holding on to the ball. It was bing bang boom. Brian Daboll really has his stamp on his team.
I'm not taking it, Lola. So I got it. Let it burn, says right. Okay. Carol, if we win our first game, you have to let me be a mod. Are you the Carol? Okay. Mr. Truckee, what's up? Trucker, what's Trucker's like, man? We were talking about you the other night.
Sure.
Oh, wait, he's here?
Yeah, he's here.
All right, good. I was worried about him.
Yeah. Brian was talking to me, and I meant to go ahead and give you a call and check and make sure you're okay, but it's been kind of crazy. Almost as crazy as these two eating the chip and stuff.
Oh, my
But shout out
God.
to everybody that's in here tonight. Brian,
Good thing-
I need
good-
one of them Eagles trash cans, Mr. Cowboy says.
Yeah.
He was just dry heaving like crazy back there. Just
I'll send it to. I'll ship it as is if you want.
reminded me of like Ace Ventura. He was all like, Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn is a man.
Yeah.
Either Einhorn
Let me
is
say, Carol,
indeed.
Carol, behave,
man.
okay?
Well, that's the worst case of hemorrhoids I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, back to football here.
Man,
Yeah,
back
we
to
lost
football.
it.
Back to
2
football.
hours 2 hours until our game. And I was kind of surprised that Peyton Hendershot is possibly on the hot seat, along with Semi Fioco.
What's up, Virus? You missed all the fun, man. Woo!
Who else
He
did
can
you guys
rewind it.
think was
Oof,
on,
just a little
on
bit.
the hot seat?
Oh man, Malik Davis. I was saying,
Yeah.
you know, there's a guy that could possibly. Bryan brought up Gallimore on the defensive line. Is a guy, you know, do you get some trade value out of him by putting him out there?
Mark don't think so. We
Here's the thing.
we had this conversation.
Here's the
I
thing.
agree.
When
Nobody
they do
budged on
cuts,
last year.
there's going to be, what, 1,000 guys out there?
Right, you're right. Why
you
give
know,
up anything? But
Yeah.
I know.
No. How often do you see somebody trade for a guy
Right.
this close to cuts? You know, it don't happen. I mean, I would say
If you-
Tristan Hill, if you
Seattle.
You
that
do if you don't want to get into a bidding war. I think that's the only way. You know, it depends on the person. Really.
Well, when you release somebody, it goes by waivers, correct, Mark?
yeah.
So that's why you do it. If you know that Neville Gallimore is not going to make it back to you,
Now wait.
You
a
know,
minute. Now, I don't hold on. Now when cut day comes, I don't think it doesn't go through waivers.
I think it might. I
don't
think it
every-
starts
I
with the
don't
back.
think that would be damn near impossible for them to try and keep track of all those. That give,
So,
one
well, then
guy-
how does it go? So, I mean, anybody can pick anybody.
I think
What if two teams pick up the same guy? I know. I don't.
Whoever
Come on,
signs
somebody
him
help
first.
me in the chat.
I think when they're cut, you're free to go anywhere. It's no waivers. Now, after that time or before that time you're cut, it's through waivers. No, actually, it's
If you're
after
on the
that
practice squad, that's a waiver. Steve Whitaker, okay, that makes sense. If you're on the practice squad, then you have to put in a claim for that player.
time. Yeah,
Oh,
Boston
okay.
is definitely on the hot seat
That
too.
makes more sense.
Kevin Jones.
This was my
Kevin Joseph, yeah, I agree.
Mark, this was
and I don't
my-
care if he is a second round
Oh,
draft
Cox,
pick.
too.
Get ready to get throw him away. Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
This was my whole thing.
Tristan Hill.
You know, it's not so much who's better, it's who can you get to your practice squad. Like, you have to make decisions of certain guys are just going to get picked up. Like Simi Fehoko, he's going to get picked up by a team. He just is. I already know the 49ers loved him coming out of college. We drafted him. You know, he's 6'3". He's got all the measurables. He just hasn't had the opportunity. I kind of don't want to give up on him right now.
But here's the problem: how could you have not gotten the opportunity last year? You don't think that honestly, if he could play well last year, he would have been on the field?
Well, I don't know with Kellen Moore. Honestly, I don't.
There's
know.
a lot
He
of people last year that weren't.
He didn't get that much of an opportunity. As
Yeah.
much you would have thought he would have gotten a bigger opportunity.
Jalen Tolbert, another one.
Yeah, like Jalen Tolbert, it's almost like he was in the doghouse. He was lost. And they were
Jabril
done with
Cox.
him.
Jabril
Who did
Cox.
they go with last year? Mark, they went with Noah Brown at nauseum. Why? Because
Nope.
they were comfortable with him.
You can't tell me that if they thought Semi Fioco was better, that they wouldn't put him on the field. That wouldn't. I mean, unless he's
They
just
didn't feel.
up in the doghouse.
I don't think that Kellen felt comfortable with him. But we don't know. That's why we got to watch tonight. And that's, dude. I'm sitting there watching. You have an overlay of just friggin' chilies sitting up there.
Yep.
Of Phillies.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. That represents a lot. Trust me. No, you got to see my overlay on the channel. That's what it is. That's what he's talking
I
about.
have it on, but I can't. I wasn't able to focus at that time. Jeez, Lord have mercy. Anyway, go
Y'all
ahead.
out here fighting your own teammates. Crystal Garcia. Oh,
Well, I mean, you got to fight somebody. That's the thing. Is it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
You know-
Those things do. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you
Hey,
don't
Hamid,
have.
What's up, buddy?
Cowboys in the past have had this thing where they've had the joint practices, and they didn't do it this year. Eventually, it's always that mentality: offense versus defense. You have to be against somebody, and if you're not going against any other team, it's offense versus defense. You know, and so that's the mentality, and so that's why you see guys sticking out up for each other. It's because right now it is divided that way until we get into the season, and the points start jumping on the board, and you get excited about their turnovers, and they get excited about your touchdowns. It's not the opposite. You know, when the offense scores a touchdown, the defense is like,
Right.
oh, their heads are down, and when and then vice versa. So I think it changes a lot.
Well, here's the thing. If you got everybody just being nice in practice and helping,
IROC says Simi had
You know,
injuries.
that doesn't happen during the week. I mean, the weekend when you're playing a game. You
Right.
got to understand. I love what Dan Quinn put it. He said, "What you want to do is you want to get guys to the edge, and sometimes when you get them to the edge,
Right.
sometimes they go over the edge, and that's where you get that aggression. And coaches will like to see you do that because coaches, I remember that, and I've told you guys many times before, that practice where the coaches literally just had us rag the F out to the point where you were literally throwing up your cookies, crabbing 100 yards, and
Yeah.
literally dying because they wanted to let you know.
We used to call it
Their
bear
philosophy-
crawls.
Well, his whole thing was he wants you to know when you think you're completely exhausted that you still have more to give.
Yeah.
And when you get these guys out here fighting and they're passionate about it, I don't have a problem with that. I would actually have more of a problem if you didn't see any of that.
Yep.
You know, I
Shout
love
out
the
to
fact that Micah
Rhea, or
Parsons,
Rhea.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're going to ask, what rookie do you want to see more of tonight? And you guys can have two rookies each. I'll label one as well too. But who are you looking forward to in the rookie
Mark,
category?
who are you looking for? Shout out to the super chat.
you know who I'm looking
Mozzie.
for. Mozzie, man.
Mozzie.
Mozzie Smith. I'm looking for him.
The Moz.
And actually overshown because see, if those two guys, if those two guys can be the real deal, then the Eagles are in trouble. Because Mozzie's going to clog up the middle, okay?
Deuce and Tolbert.
And you're going to have Overshown that's going to be able to roam and catch that ass. Pause. So those are two guys. I'm
Derek
defensive
J.
guy.
Network.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to both of those two.
Yeah, I would say if I had to isolate two rookies, I'm really curious to see Jalen Brooks tonight. The game sped up for him last week, and the coaches realized that from practice he was dominating everybody, not just the backups. And when he got into the game, his mind was faster than his feet or hands, whatever, however you want to say it. The game sped up for him, so I want to see if he settles in, and I want to stick with the receivers. I've seen enough from Tolbert, but he needs to play. I want to see Simi Fehoko do something. I want to see him not just flash at the end of a game. Then he needs a bigger run because the man has the size and the speed to be a good receiver in this league. I don't want to release him because he's going to be gone. Trust me when I tell you he will be picked right up. So it's like we got to make an informed decision because, Gallup, we did resign, but Gallup is saying, he's already had 2 ACLs on the same knee. I don't know how long we are for having Michael Gallup. Just like Brandon Cooks. How long is Brandon Cooks going to stay with us?
Yeah.
So I'm a little leery to get rid of our young receivers right now. That's all.
Yeah, but I'm telling you though, we always act like we can't live without a guy. I haven't seen anything that says we have to keep that guy and he's going to be great. This is 3 years. 3
I hear you.
years.
I'm not saying he's going
Okay,
to be
I
great.
mean, you can go through it. This is Noah Brown.
Downtown. Yeah, I would
Thank
keep
you.
Jalen Brooks over him. I'm already on record with that. So
Okay.
So my rookies, man, there's a lot of them out there that I
We'll
could
talk to you
start
tonight when he
picking
goes
because
off.
I could get into the tight ends, I could get into Schoonmaker. I'd love to see something from him. Just to at least make me feel good about releasing one of those other tight ends that you kind of they're battling for. Is McKeon going to be on that odd man out because of just the draft situation of where he's at and where you drafted him and he's not making much of an impact anywhere in camp or on the field. So it's just like I want to see something from
I hope
him.
so, Lord Nova.
And then I could, there's easy ones that you could say. I mean, you could turn around and say Eric Scott. You could turn around and say Deuce Vaughn. You could turn around and say
this.
But I want to see Haseen Richards. I want to see the linemen. I want to
Bass.
I want to see these guys and see how they hold up and see how they get hit. And after having a game behind them, are they going to be a guy that we can rely on in the backup? Or should we, again, be worried and kind of be pushing for some veteran backup? Right. So, Jason Peters, of course, keeps getting brought up. You saw that all over Twitter, guys. I know you did. You can't say you didn't. But I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that I think we're gonna be keeping an eye on. Mark, do
Right.
you know? And I don't know if for a fact, I don't think Brian answered this, but do you know? Are the starters getting any kind of rep? Is there one drive, two drives?
I have not heard of any of them getting any. I'm having a problem with my cameras. I reconnected. Hold up. No, I have not heard about our starters starting. And hang on for 1 second.
Anyway, I'll ask you, but let's get to the super chat.
Yeah. Oh, super chat of the
Yassine
Cowboy. Go ahead.
If I was Dak, I wouldn't sign until the offseason. Dak is going to have a career year under McCarthy's Texas Coast offense. Yeah, I'm on record with that, Yassine. But my question to you, Yassine, is, all right, I actually like where you're coming from, because I know this is going to be a shock to some Eagle fans, but if Dallas goes on to win a Super Bowl, now what? Now what? He's gonna be one of the highest out there. So if Dak was smart, he would wait until the offseason. If they don't get to a Super Bowl, then he could sign maybe a little bit less of a deal. But that's where I sit. Don't sign him until after the year.
I think
if I was Dak.
You know, I have a theory that Dak looks at it like Aaron Rodgers does. And, you know, sits down with the Cowboys and say, look, already man of the year, already made a good chunk of money. If I end up getting a Super Bowl, then you know he's going to be up there with Roger and Troy after all of the years of us not having a Super Bowl. And as Micah said, I can write my own ticket. So maybe he goes to Jerry and says, look, get me enough guys to almost guarantee me that we win a Super Bowl, and I'll get you a team-friendly deal.
Right.
You know, I'll go that 5 years or something like that.
I hope you're right.
That would be what I would say. Because, I mean, honestly, with all of the ads and stuff that he's done, with the money he's already made, that Super Bowl is the only thing that's missing.
Let me ask you guys a quick question. Getting back to the team. If you could redo the second-round pick, knowing what you know now with Jonathan Stevens, would you do that? It's easy to say now, but we got a dynamic tight end out of nowhere. Yeah, he can't block yet. He's not a schoonmaker in the blocking. But Jonathan Stevens, if he does what he did last week, again tonight, I'm not saying necessarily score a touchdown, but just dominate the middle of the field. We're kind of looking back saying, why do we draft Schoonmaker? I mean, it's easy to do that, but that's what happens, right?
Yeah, well, here would be my thoughts. First of all, let me say shout out to Trucker's Life. I think Deuce is going to be very good back in the league. I won't doubt him till he shows he can't do it, because last year he was arguably as good or better than Bijan.
Hamid says Super Bowl. LOL.
If it were me,
was I rubbing that chip?
Thanks,
like
buddy.
that.
Thank you.
I like that.
knowing what I know with second-round picks in the Cowboys, I think I would have traded the pick and tried to get something out of it. Or
if I knew I had a talent
saying?
like him, now it's just ifs and buts for candy and nuts, right? It's easy to have second. I mean, how the hell can you say?
I want the offensive lineman. I think that's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I would have taken the offensive lineman. I don't think there's been a time in this camp
Think
that
about that right now.
would have
Think
been.
about that right now. If they didn't take Schoonmaker and he took the best guard, or
I mean, wasn't Tucker? Was it?
I think DeJuan Jones is still there, right? And he just dominated.
Yeah.
He dominated.
Was it Graham?
Brandon Graham. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever. It is what it is. It's a good problem to have. We didn't expect to have Eric Scott, getting some run with the ones when Gilmore and Trayvon, they go to the sideline. We got a 6th round Eric Scott that we did flip a 5th next year for, so they liked him.
Yeah, and that's why you don't see him a guy like him being cut most likely, just because, and that's why
he's
with
not
Mark
going anywhere.
That's why Mark's talking about Bossman Fat being on that chopping block. I think that's a very realistic thing. I mean, even though he's a second round draft pick, you invest in something more recent, even next year or something
definitely.
for that guy. I don't just see them kind of just cutting him and letting him walk. So that could be a guy that can automatically make this roster as well. But I think you were talking about it in the beginning of this thing. We were talking about Bell and being that possible. When you saw him playing in this past preseason game, I mean, he was up in that line. He was making some plays for a little dude running around. Truck cooking with Trucker's Life. Oh, Trucker's Life up here. Just wanted to show some love, bro.
Thanks,
$5
man. I was
super
just
chat.
asking. I was just asking everybody about you. I asked Mark. I don't know when it was. It was a few days ago. I said, "Have you heard from Trucker's Life?"
It was Friday night.
Okay, yeah, okay. It was Friday's night, and that's just crazy how you popped in. That's cool.
That
I'm
is.
glad you're okay.
Well, he knew you were thinking about him.
It's weird, isn't it? It's just crazy.
It's a small world. It's a small world. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, we if you missed the challenge, just got to rewind it a little bit. I'm pretty sure we're gonna load that up at some point in there and just put that out there. Because man, my stomach burns a little bit. I don't know about you, Brian. There's a little bit of grumbling in my stomach.
I'm good right now. I had a lot of layers in there, so
There's
right
a
now
little
I'm
bit
good.
there.
I was actually worse before the chip. I was feeling a little queasy. Right now I'm good. It's a little hot, like a little hot gut working, a little hot. But
Deed head 50. I take Love over Dak right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan Love. Are you serious?
it's just a lot of times just that big denial.
you know.
Until you sign him and then you're just like, he's the best thing in the world. Then.
No, I think they're just trolling.
They can. I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, it's football's back. This is the parts where the ridiculous things that come out. That's what I was liking about last week. Just even some of the ridiculous stuff, because I know it's poking jokes. Oh, Dak's not even starting in this game. That's how bad he sucks. And but no, man, it's just. I'm ready to put this, Brian, you said it this year as well. I mean, this team, is definitely, there's a lot of places that you're stacked. And now you got to stay healthy. You got to put everything together. Of course, offense got to put it all together. The defense got to stay healthy. If you have to rely on a guy like Bossman Fat,
Philly, what up, man?
It doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, he's going to, it's going to be a problem there. I mean, so Simi Fehoko, when you saw him play this past preseason, those screens, those things that you did, were you impressed at all by his play? I mean, did you compare it to camp?
Talking to Mark?
Talk about both of you guys. Simi Fehoko.
Well, I'm impressed what I saw in the second half last week. Yes. So it just we need to see these next two games are everything. I kind of hope that Jalen Brooks doesn't shine, so we could. I think there's a good possibility we can get him onto the practice squad, because you got to remember other teams have, what are they going to sign him and go to the active roster? And Hamid, I'm going to take care of you. I told you that. When I'm done, I'll go back on the stream from this afternoon. Now that I'm home, and I'll take care of him. I got you, man.
Sick
What's the matter?
and tired of hearing about people focusing in on Dak Prescott's 15 interceptions.
I mean, what?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
This is how it has been for the past couple of years. I mean, we take another narrative.
What it is because here's what's funny. I'm looking at Rashid praising Daniel Jones last night. That, by definition, that whole drive was dinking and dunking. Something that Dak Prescott, he's nothing but a dink and dunker. Is like, he's winning games. And I'm like, you see that, Rashid? That's dinking and dunking, right?
But it's okay if your team is the one that's doing it and moving the ball.
So now it's somebody's commenting, oh, he's the interception king. Or, it's like, come on, man. Before that, it was Mr. Garbage time. I'm sick and tired of people who always do this crap to Dak. Because let me ask you, Deshaun Watson.
They do it to all Cowboys.
7 TDs and 6 interceptions last year.
Diggs.
A disappointment. $230 million.
He had a stiff back.
People say, oh, well, he was suspended. Yeah, well, Dak had a broken thumb. And they still scored 30 points a game. Right?
Well, Hamid brings up a good point. Prescott is good for a fourth rounder, but has to win, and this is his 9th year. Um,
Not his next safety.
I agree.
it's his 8th year.
I agree.
Here's the deal, though. Barring major injury, if Dallas, what?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing about something. Comment.
Oh.
Barring injury.
Yeah. No, barring injury.
Talk about Dak.
Yeah. So, what do you think is
His ceiling or anything like that?
no, I mean, what are you going to be happy with? Let's be honest here.
No, I need to see him get a Super Bowl.
I mean, like if we if we lose in a Super Bowl, I'm on record saying I'm not going to be happy, but I'm not going to blame Dak unless he just he pukes on the field like McNabb. And I would say
is how they go ahead and say, well, Dak is garbage, but Justin Herbert's great. That guy's done nothing as far as playoffs.
I think those are just the trolls and somebody on TV who wants to catch lightning in the bottle and act like they're the smartest guy in the room.
Josh Allen. What is please tell me what Josh Allen.
He's on the cover of Madden, or
See,
he
I like
was.
Josh.
Come
and
on,
guess
man.
what? He had one interception less than Dak, but led the league in turnovers.
I know. I know that. That's why I'm joking.
And literally threw pick sixes.
He was ass.
Shit. Overtime throws an interception in the end zone that lost the game for him. Nobody says shit about that. Deshaun Watson, they were talking about, he was so great. They were 4-12. So you telling me that some of those yards weren't garbage time?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I mean, come on, man.
I agree.
It's just some stupid bullshit. And guess what? This year it won't be interceptions. Next year it'll be some new one that nobody else will get any of this kind of bullshit. Lamar Jackson, tell me what he's done in the playoffs. Please. Well, he's been an MVP. Okay, but what has he done in the playoffs?
I would argue that Dak and Jalen Hurts is both runner-up MVP seasons. The last 2 years have been better than Lamar's MVP year.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
If you just look, if you go, I mean, you guys have heard me say it. Dak had 35 touchdowns, 10 INTs, almost 4,500 yards passing.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, last year he's 22.
Sorry, but I'll take Josh Allen over Dak on this team with this talent. All right, Eddie, you can do that one. That wouldn't be me though. That wouldn't be.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue that Josh Allen.
I put those two in the same category. I put them in the same category.
Don't throw Josh Allen up because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't won an MVP.
Okay.
He hasn't won.
He's
actually lost early on. He lost a lot of playoff games. Remember, he would choke the first 2 times Josh Allen was in the playoffs.
And look at his numbers before he ended up getting Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
they were pedestrian.
Last year,
in other words, players matter.
Last year they fell apart. Well, that's what I always say, and I get like, "Oh, you're couching it." It's a team game. I said today earlier on my live stream, I said, I don't hate Jalen Hurts. I don't. I said if the Eagles suffer a rash of injuries, right? If the Eagles suffer a rash of injuries and Jalen Hurts has an average year because his offensive line isn't there, whatever, I'm not going to say Jalen Hurts, sucks. I'm going to say the team around him. Everybody forgets what we went through. I'm not going to rehash it. It was not a perfect year last year. We didn't even know we had a number 1 receiver last year in CeeDee Lamb until how many games? 6 games into the season.
We lost our left tackle before the season started and had a rookie who was training at guard.
We lost
left tackle.
We lost
our right tackle.
Our second and third corner.
Yeah, we lost our second and third. That was my next one. We lost our starter and our slot guy with Brown and Lewis.
Right, being 12-5.
Game time. Riot says, "How did you feel about seeing Zeke in a New England uniform?"
I'm happy for him, but I'm not happy that we're gonna have to play him week 4 in AT&T. Something tells me, he's gonna have a good game. Come on now. I know we have a good defense, and I'm hoping we can shut him down. But he gonna do something in that game. And we're like, man, that's what we loved about Zeke. Zeke will get nasty, and he'll take your head off with a block.
But unfortunately, that's what Zeke needs. Unfortunately, he got to the point where he needs motivation, and we were hoping that he would go out there and just be motivated every single game, and that'll be the game that he's motivated for, and that's what. I've been whining. How many years have I already been wanting Zeke to cut that hair? And then he goes to New England, cuts that hair. Man, get out of here.
I wonder if he had to, Mark. You think he had to?
No, I don't think he did. I think he just wanted a new start. and just start all
Thank you,
over.
Mike.
But it's funny because
Don't leave me out, Mikey.
every time we get rid of somebody, we all get scared that they're going to come back and bite us in the ass.
540, nice.
I'm sorry, and I don't see it happen that much.
Yeah, I'm not too scared of
Sorry,
it.
I'm not scared of Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay,
You scared?
not scared of
Scared?
Zeke.
Yeah.
Not
I
any
know.
more than I was of Jalen Smith.
Well, we're all going to be Zeke fans week 1.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Mark, I got a guy in my chat, Lord Nova 85. He lives in Philly. He really wants us to go to the Eagles Cowboys game in November.
Let me think about that one.
Maybe we'll do that and not go to Carolina. I'll do both. Carolina's nice.
I agree with you.
Carolina is going to be pricey, I think, man. From what I was looking at, I'm going to
never
go all the
been
way
to
to
that
Carolina to just sit in the parking lot.
We can do that. We'll get that one figured out.
So we're getting close to the 8:30 time, and I know we could sit here and we could chat like crazy. But we're going to, of course, the Cowboys are going to be playing at
But
10
the
o'clock.
bathroom's calling you.
No,
I'm good, but yeah, I think we should call it, and we'll hopefully everybody comes back for the stream at what time are you going to go live? 9:45, 10. We'll go.
I would say right
we'll
before
go on
10
at
o'clock.
10.
Yeah, I'd say it's 10, but we'll see. We might go on just a little bit before.
Maybe
then.
9:55 if we're on. Just look for it, something like that.
Yeah. Then if he's good, we might have Mark join us. So
Yeah, I don't know. Are you streaming the game, Mark?
Oh yeah, I've got to stream the game.
you gonna be able to stay
All
up.
right.
I may be inside because my cameras are having some issues and stuff that they haven't been used since the end of last year, and I need to double check them and make sure they're charged up real good and stuff. So I'm going to move this party inside.
All right. Well, if you want us to join or whatever, that to give you something to talk about, or talk with, we'll be here.
Thank you.
I'll send you guys a link, or you want to send me a link? Either
Yeah. I'll end up sending a link that way. So I get it going and stuff. But yeah, so what we'll do is right before a little bit before that, we'll come back around. And Mark, thank you for coming through and actually holding it down while we recovered.
Yeah,
And,
I'm sorry, I could not talk. The heat in my mouth was incredible. I couldn't talk, and the more I talked, the more I wanted to throw up. So I really, dude, I don't want to.
If you missed it, this is what it looked like.
I just loved it. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
shit.
I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna laugh. I would have definitely do the clip and
I'm
stuff.
like, Brian, are you throwing up? Dry heaving. I'm dry heaving.
Oh, there was a little bit of it was saliva, is what it was. I
Yeah.
didn't actually throw up.
Well,
I
that.
was like, damn.
Yeah. So the game is being played in Seattle.
I was literally ready
That's why
to
the late
hop in
start.
my truck and drive on up there to help you out, bro.
Oh
Well,
man.
Well, I had two people over there horrified of what they were witnessing 10 feet away. So whatever.
And they can't help you. It's like they can't help
Yeah,
you.
they're
It's
like,
like
"Oh my
seeing your
God."
child sick. You're just like, I wish I could take
He's
it away.
drinking alcohol.
I wish I could take it away,
One's
but they
drinking
can't.
alcohol,
You just
the
gotta
other
see them
one's-
suffer.
Even my dog took off, like scared because with the tail between his legs. Like, oh my God, Daddy. Oh, Mark, I want to show you something. Hold on.
Oh my God! Thank you
At
very
least
much,
didn't get
Mary.
that. Well, you're the dumbass that ate that thing. No,
How old is this?
How was that, Chip? Is that what?
Look, no. My buddy, my friend, she's a postmaster, and
Oh.
she found this. Where at? In the basement. It's like a basement of a post office. It's a very, very,
wow.
very old male
sure.
bear.
Oh, look at that thing!
Look at that old
That is
school
so
logo.
cool.
Jeez.
I mean, it's cleaned up, but she said it was all dusty. It's got
all
a
like-
real jacket. Look at that.
It was
man.
like back in the day when you guys were
Man,
it was
that
like
might
the
be worth
postal.
some money there, bro.
It's in good shape too. Look at that.
They used to use the horses. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really neat. I appreciate it. So, but yeah. So,
But no,
but now
man.
everybody's gonna think I'm copying Mark with Joe Bear in the house. No, I don't even have a name for it, but it was given, to me. So I don't know.
But it,
But yeah, it was cute.
yeah, I like it. I like it. It's definitely keep the theme going. I like what you kind of done with your studio, man. I am like the heartburn kind of is bird.
I'm good, man. Well, I for now, I feel like at some point it's going to be coming out, but we'll play it by ear.
So I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate the getting
Thank you,
that challenge
everybody.
out
I
of
love
the way.
everybody in here.
Yeah, I
Listen, I can't make Phil give you guys a mod. He's gonna make you work for it.
Yeah,
Anybody
I will.
who was on
I
my
will.
stream earlier.
Lord knows, I got
a
you.
name.
I got
I gotta
Don't
talk
worry.
to Mark. Well, I'll talk to him later. There's a name out there. I saw him over on Philly 500's channel.
Yep.
Beware of this particular name. He's trying to act nicey nice, and then of course your name came up rudely. So we know who it is.
E2, what's E2? E2, man, I need you over here, bro.
But anyway,
Yeah, but anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. Tune in the next 2 hours, basically, as we less than 2 hours, as we talk about this preseason more and chat and talk about the bad experience that we just had a little bit ago and how we're traumatized for the rest of our lives. But anyways, don't forget to do what, Brian?
always ring that though.
Damn right.
Hey, we know each other. He's a friend from work.
What you do, you're like a little screw loose type of guy, and that's how I am. So I'm digging it, big guy. I am.
Who are you? You. No, not me, you. Yes, I am you. Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
Gametime Bryan, otherwise known as the mailman here,
Cool name. Superpowers?
broadcasting from the illustrious Jobu Studio.
Come on, are you gonna tell me who that is?
Primetime Phil, and of course my co-host, Gametime Brian.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this place is going to explode. $100,000, I don't even need to hear it.